Somebody won't hold me, the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yo, 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 what's going on, Xbox and YouTube? Now, welcome to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the game that is absolutely complete trash. Well, not completely trash. I kind of enjoy it, but it's not so much the aesthetic of the game that I am not enjoying. It is just how broken and dumbed down the game feels. So first off, we're going to talk about performance of Infinite Warfare's beta. Now, the first thing I noticed almost right off the bat is the terrible trade killing that happens in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It seems like almost every other kill I was getting a trade kill, or I was shooting somebody first and also dying first, which in my opinion makes no sense, but it could have something to do with the crazy weapon system, which we will get into a little bit later. But overall, the netcode seems to be very wonky and quite broken for the most part. This could be due to them stress testing the servers, and I swear to God, I hope so for the people that are going to be buying this game, because guess what? I am not buying Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I will be getting Call of Duty Remastered, but that's a different story once again. But overall, netcode is just a complete mess right now within Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now on to the frame rate. The frame rate seems to suffer almost constantly, from people throwing grenades to flash grenades to using their special abilities to just too many things happening on the screen at once, or viewing too much of the map at once. You can clearly see it and feel it, at least coming from somebody that is used to seeing frame rates above 60 FPS and even higher than 100 FPS. So I would argue I'm quite sensitive to frame rate changes. Most people will not worry if the frame rate is stable, so if you have a stable frame rate at 30 frames, it won't really bother you because it is locked and stable at 30 frames. But if the game is running, or supposed to be running, at 60 FPS, and every time you turn a corner or shoot somebody or throw a grenade, you get a constant frame rate drop, it kind of is something you can feel and you can see. Your sensitivity and input lags tend to change along with the frame rate drop. And ironically enough, they have added a target assist within Call of Duty Infinite Warfare to kind of make up for this. Now, I kind of feel like a lot of first-person shooter games are doing this nowadays. And basically what they are doing is they are making the game look so beautiful, but by making the game look beautiful and running it at a higher resolution, you end up with a game that looks great but does not feel great. They have pretty much raised the bar on the acceptable level of input delay within games. So the higher the input delay, the more target assist needs to be added to overcompensate for the input delay. Now, this makes videos of most AAA games coming out this year look beautiful. So when people are watching the game, it looks great. It looks like you would be having a ton of fun playing it. But it reminds me more of back in the day of playing Battlefield 4 on my Xbox 360 and just feeling the game really struggle to run. Then jumping over to the Xbox One with Battlefield 4, you have all of those bricks and all of that weight lifted off of your guy, and instead of having to fight the game so much, you can more or less focus on just going for headshots and being good at the game and playing the objective. You don't have to worry about the way the game runs. And it seems like that is becoming more and more of a problem, even in games like Battlefield, especially. Right when Battlefield 1 was released, I felt constant frame rate drops, and I know that there's some sort of resolution scaling algorithm or some bullshit that they're using to scale down and up the game, and when things happen that the game does not expect to happen, the frame rate drops. But basically what they are doing is they are triple and quadruple buffering games nowadays, but increasing the input lag, therefore adding target assist. So in my opinion, games are not created for skill. And if you do not believe me, just go back and play Call of Duty 4 on your PlayStation 3 or your Xbox 360, or better yet, play Call of Duty of almost any kind on PC, and you will notice a complete difference in the way the game feels. And I think that is something that is overlooked constantly on consoles, and with Infinite Warfare's case, it is even more difficult for me to see and to aim. It feels like the aiming has such a bad input delay on it that I can't even really aim without target assist. Now, target assist does help, and it does put your crosshair generally where you want it to be, but it's the same type of problem with, like, for when you run into more than one person, your target assist doesn't know who to target, so you end up just missing everybody completely, and I think it's a horrible way of making games. I would rather have the game look worse but play better, if that makes any sense. I would much rather frame rate over resolution, and I know that's a war that's been going on for a long time. But now on to the actual guns and gameplay of the game. If the game did run how I expected it to run, let's say it ran perfect, I would say the gameplay is pretty fun. It's like a nice mix between Advanced Warfare and something completely crazy I've never seen before. But the one thing that really scares me and scares a lot of other YouTubers out there is this game has way too many variables when it comes to your rig and when it comes to your loadout with different weapons. You can get multiple different combinations of weapons that seemingly have power-ups for almost no reason, some of them having power-ups such as double damage but a lower firing rate. Some of them actually regen your health just a little bit every time you kill somebody, so you could literally just mow through people. And some of them just give you random perks and things that are kind of cool, like a random attachment or something along those lines. But there are a few of them out there that you can easily tell that are going to be very game breaking, and it will probably be hidden or blocked behind some form of a paywall. Now, I know most people are going to argue that you could grind out the game and actually get those things, but we all know how that goes down, and the majority of us never end up doing anything like that. Most of us end up just going out there and trying to one-up our friends constantly, and you just say, hey, what's $3 here? What's $5? What's $10 there? And before you know it, you've spent $100 or $150 on opening up little-ass packs so you can get cooler stuff. And to me, that is just rewarding you for basically paying and playing. So it's a pay to play or a pay to win type of game style, and a lot of the game makes no sense whatsoever. There is no backstory to anything. It just seems like a big nostalgia. You know, you have bits and pieces of older Call of Duties just sort of planted right into Infinite Warfare. And that was another thing I kind of noticed. You see things like, if you've been playing Call of Duty since the very beginning, you can actually recognize certain parts of the map from older parts of the map where they basically took a little section out of one of your favorite maps and just plopped it right in the middle of some brand new piece of shit map and tried to make it work. And basically that is the laziest form, in my opinion, of copy and paste with a video game. So overall, I am completely dissatisfied with this game, and it just looks like another money maker for the Call of Duty industry, and I really do feel bad for all of those Call of Duty YouTubers out there, because this game is just gonna be a disaster. But with that being said, guys, I hope I've opened your perspective on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and if I have, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.